If you have sponges that need to be cleaned, it is very easy to do. Simply take a microwavable bowl, place the dirty sponge in the bowl with some water, and microwave for 5 minutes. This will kill the bacteria on the sponge. Just make sure there is no metal on your sponge. If you have a dishwasher, run it through with your next load. Works the same way. Deodorize Fridge. Sprinkle some baking soda on a damp sponge, and then put the sponge in a dish. Stick it in the fridge and it will begin to absorb fridge odors. This will help you stretch a box of baking soda over a longer period of time. Flower pots. If you are planting flowers in pots, consider cutting a sponge to size and placing in the bottom of a flower pot. This will help prevent the soil from leaking out of the hole in the bottom of the pot. Plus, the sponge will also absorb excess water, bringing more hydration to the plant. Knee pads for garden. If you are working in your garden and your knees hurt from the hard ground, grab some sponges. Place them on the knee area, and when you are working it will give a little padding. Sprout seeds. If you are wanting to sprout fast-growing seeds like radishes, mustard, marigolds, and so on, try this method. Damp a sponge and place the sponge on a plate. Put your seeds into the little holes in the sponge, then cover the plate with a lid, upside-down bowl or whatever you have. Place in a sunny spot, and before you know it your seeds will sprout. Protect hands from raking. If you are using a rake or shovel and find your hands are getting sore, grab a sponge. Wrap it around the handle where you are going to be holding the rake. This will help protect your hands from blisters. Relieve a toothache. If you are waiting to be seen by your dentist and have a bit of a toothache, consider a clean sponge. Simply dampen the sponge with vanilla extract, whiskey, or any other numbing agent and apply to the area that hurts. Works like a charm. Pedicure. Grab a sponge and cut them into smaller rectangles so you can slip them in between each toe. Ta-da! You now have your own toe separator for at-home pedicures. Nail polish remover. Take a sponge and fold it into a little jar. Then pour in some nail polish remover, and then stick your fingertips in and rub it along the sponge. The sponge will soak up the remover, and it will help wipe off your nail polish easily. Pin cushion. Use a sponge for a pin cushion. Just take your sponge, sit it on the counter and stick pins in it for sewing. The sponge is a nice texture so it will securely hold the pins while you work. Seal envelopes. Grab a little dish of water and a sponge to work on sealing up those envelopes. Just get sponge a little wet and wipe the area of the envelope that has glue. Then seal it and move on to the next. This works great for wedding and birthday invites. Saves you from constantly looking envelopes. Ice pack. If you are in need of a quick ice pack, this works great. Take a sponge, add a little water into a sandwich bag, and place sponge in. Then toss it in the freezer for a few hours. Use for boo-boos, packing in a lunch to keep items cool, or anything else. Remove car scratches. Who needs the Body Shop when you have toothpaste in a sponge? Place a dab of toothpaste on the damp sponge, and gently rub the scratch in a circular motion. Dry it with a soft cloth. Remove wallpaper. Are there a few areas of wallpaper just too pesky to come down? Use a sponge dampened with hot water to loosen up those stubborn spots.